Trick to find valence bond theory in chapter of coordination compounds. In this lecture, I will teach you my personal trick to find valence bond theory easily. Personally, I call it police trick, which you will enjoy to learn. I challenge you that you will not find this trick anywhere. I will teach you many examples which will help you a lot. So watch this lecture till the end and you will learn something awesome. Firstly, let me teach you my personal trick of remembering weak ligands and strong ligands. I say SHO and National Car Park. Here S stands for sulfur, H stands for halogens, O stands for oxygen, N stands for nitrogen, C stands for carbon, and P stands for phosphorus. Now listen carefully. If the donor atoms are sulfur, halogen, and oxygen, the ligands are usually known as weak ligands. Let me repeat it. If the donor atoms are sulfur, halogen, and oxygen, the ligands are usually known as weak ligands. On the other hand, if the donor atoms are nitrogen, carbon, and phosphorus, the ligands are usually known as strong ligands. Let me repeat it. If the donor atoms are nitrogen, carbon, and phosphorus, the ligands are usually known as strong ligands. Also remember that there are some exception cases, but overall, this is the best way to remember weak and strong ligands. Now let me teach you my personal trick of valence bond theory. Consider this complex compound. We know that here nickel is the central atom. Firstly, I find the oxidation number of central atom. I write 2K plus nickel plus 4 chlorine is equal to 0 because the overall charge on this compound is 0. We know that the oxidation state of potassium is positive 1 and that of chlorine is negative 1. I write 2 into positive 1 plus nickel plus 4 into negative 1 equals to 0. After calculation, I get nickel is equal to 2. So the oxidation state of nickel is 2. Secondly, I calculate the number of electrons of nickel. We know that the atomic number of nickel is 28. Now listen carefully. I subtract oxidation state of central atom and minus 18 from its atomic number. Let me repeat it. I subtract oxidation state of central atom and minus 18 from its atomic number. Here, the oxidation state of nickel is 2. So I write 28 minus 2 minus 18 equals 8 electrons. Thirdly, we can see that the ligand is chlorine and there are 4 of them. According to the H and SHO, halogen like chlorine is a weak ligand. Remember that when there is a weak ligand, the electrons of central atom are not paired. Let me repeat it. When there is a weak ligand, the electrons of central atom are not paired. Now I use the police trick DSP doctor. We know that D has 5 orbitals, S has 1 orbital, P has 2 orbitals, and D has 5 orbitals. Here, I take these 8 electrons of nickel and I place it in this D orbital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8. So I successfully configured the 8 electrons of nickel. Now we can see that there are 4 ligands. So I select 4 completely empty orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that each ligand donates 1 pair of electrons. I fill these 4 orbitals. Hence these 4 orbitals are hybridized. Thus 1 is s orbital and 3 are p orbitals hybridized. Now what about hybridization? Well, it is sp3 hybridization and this compound is outer orbital complex because hybridization occurs in outer orbitals. Secondly, geometry of this compound is tetrahedral. What about magnetic nature? To find its magnetic nature, we look at the metal orbital. The electrons in the metal orbital is unpaired, so it has paramagnetic nature. Remember that if electrons are unpaired, the compound is high spin complex. If electrons are paired, the compound is low spin complex. Now what about magnetic moment? Well, we know that magnetic nature mu equals under root n into n plus 2. Here n is the number of unpaired electrons. We can see that there are 2 unpaired electrons. So the value of n equals 2. I put it in this equation. I get mu equals under root 8 bm. This bm means Bohr magneton, and it is the SI unit of magnetic moment. Lastly, what about spin multiplicity? Well, spin multiplicity is equal to 2s plus 1. Here, S stands for spin quantum numbers. There are 2 unpaired electrons. Remember that for each unpaired electron, we put 1 by 2. Now 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 equals 1. So S equals 1. I put S equals 1 in this equation. After calculation, I get S equals 3. So the spin multiplicity of this compound is 3. Therefore, using this police trick, we can easily find the different parameters of a compound. Hence note it down. Now consider this complex compound. Here, the central atom is iron. Firstly, I calculate the oxidation state of iron. 3K plus iron plus 6 into Cn equals 0. The oxidation state of potassium is 1 and that of cyanide is negative 1. I write 3 into positive 1 plus iron plus 6 into negative 1 equals 0. After calculation, I get iron equals positive 3. Secondly, I find the number of electrons of iron. We know that the atomic number of iron is 26. I subtract oxidation number of iron from its atomic number and then negative 18. I get 5 electrons. Thirdly, we can see that here the ligand is cyanide and there are 6 of them. According to the previous trick, cyanide is a strong ligand. Remember that when there is a strong ligand, the electrons of the central atom are paired. Let me repeat it. When there is a strong ligand, the electrons of the central atom are paired. Now I use the police trick DSP doctor. D has 5 orbitals, S has 1 orbital, P has 3 orbitals, and D has 5 orbitals. Now this iron has 5 electrons. I take these 5 electrons of iron and I place it in this d orbital. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I pair the electrons of iron because there is a strong ligand of cyanide. So I have successfully configured the 5 electrons of iron. Now we can see that there are 6 ligands of cyanide. So I select 6 completely empty orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know that each ligand donates 1 pair of electrons, so I fill these 6 orbitals. Hence these 6 orbitals are hybridized. These d2 orbitals, this 1s orbital and these 3p orbitals are hybridized. So the hybridization of this compound is d2sp3. It is inner orbital complex because inner d orbital is hybridized. Secondly, the geometry of this compound is octahedral. Thirdly, the magnetic nature of this compound is paramagnetic because there is unpaired electron in the metal orbital. We have already learned if there is unpaired electron, the compound is high spin complex. Fourthly, the magnetic moment is mu equals under root n into n plus 2. Here, there is only one unpaired electron, so n equals 1. I write mu equals under root 1 into 1 plus 2 equals under root 3 bm. Lastly, the spin multiplicity is equal to 2s plus 1. there is only one unpaired electron, so S is equal to 1 upon 2. After calculation, I get 2. Thus by this way, we can easily find the VBT or different parameters of this compound. So note it down this example. Lastly, let me teach you one hard level question. Consider this coordination compound. Pause the video and try to find its hybridization, geometry, magnetic moment, etc. Well, firstly, I find the oxidation state of central atom cobalt. I write cobalt plus 6 fluorine equals -3 because the overall charge on the compound is -3. I write cobalt plus 6 into -1 equals -3. After calculation, I get cobalt equals +3. Secondly, I find the number of electrons of cobalt. We know that the atomic number of cobalt is 26 minus its oxidation state, which is 3 minus 18. I get 6 electrons. Thirdly, the ligand is fluorine, and there are 6 of them. We know that fluorine is a halogen, and halogen are weak ligands. In case of weak ligand, the electrons of the metal is not paired. Now I use the police trick, DSP, doctor. We have already learned about their respective orbitals. Here, I take these 6 electrons of cobalt and I place it in this d orbital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 6. Now we can see that there are 6 ligands of fluorine. So I select 6 completely empty orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also we know that each ligand donates 1 pair of electrons. So I fill these 6 orbitals. Hence these 6 orbitals are hybridized. This one is, these 3p and these 2d orbitals are hybridized. Now the hybridization of this compound is sp3d2. It is outer orbital complex because outer d orbital is hybridized. Secondly, the geometry of this compound is octahedral. Thirdly, the magnetic nature of this compound is paramagnetic because there are unpaired electrons. Also, it is high spin complex due to unpaired electrons. Fourthly, the magnetic moment of this compound is mu equals under root n into n plus 2. Here, there are 4 unpaired electrons, so n equals 4. I write mu equals under root 4 into 4 plus 2, which is equal to under root 24 bm. Lastly, the spin multiplicity of this compound is 2s plus 1. There are 4 unpaired electrons, so s is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to 2. I write 2 into 2 plus 1 equals 5. So the spin multiplicity of this compound is 5. Therefore, using this police trick of VBT, we can easily find the different parameters of complex compounds.